So guys, in this video we are going to take a look at this execve system call. So execve system call executes a command or a file name. So let's see the syntax. Int is the return type of this function and execve of and constant char file name. It means we need to send the pointer to the file name, or you can send the path. And the next one is arguments. So if this command takes any arguments, you need to place the arguments here. And then lastly, we need to place the environment variable, and this can be null in our case. So what we are going to achieve with this system call is we will execute the shell from this system call. So to execute the shell, you need to type execve of, and the first argument is bin sh and /0. This is the null terminator. We need to compulsory put this string terminator here, right? The bin sh is the shell and this is the string terminator. And since this command does not need any arguments, we can leave these two arguments as null, right? And the first argument is pointer to the shell, and second and third arguments can be null, right guys? Now I hope you have understood. We are just simply executing this command using execve system call. So let's dive into the Ubuntu virtual machine and write the assembly code for this execve system call. So first what we want to do is we need to find the system call of execve. To do that, you need to type locate unistd_32.h. So this is the path and I am going to cat this. Okay, let me pipe into this. So these are the system calls and their respective numbers, and as you can see, the execve system call number is 11. That means B in hexadecimal. Alright guys, now we are going to see the manual page once more, and I'll explain in detail. So this is the manual page for the execve, and the first argument should be the pointer to the command, and the execve system calls number is 11, and that is going to be stored in the EAX register, and this first argument is going to be stored in the EBX register, and these values can be null, and these can be stored into the ECX and EDX respectively. And finally we will call the interrupt 80 to execute this system call. Alright, now let me create a new file. Now I will write the global start. Now I am directly writing the text section. We don't need any data section here. So first I am going to create some registers using the XOR operation. So performing XOR operation on the same register gives us the 0 result, and that will be stored in that register. It's just simply creates the contents of that register. Now we need to move the value of 11 into AL register. Remember, we are doing this to exactly copy 8 bits into the 8-bit register of EAX. That's so that we don't get any null bytes. So 0xb. So we have successfully completed the first argument. So to push the second argument, we need to convert this bin sh into the hexadecimal format. Now open your browser and type string to hex and go to this website, and there you need to enter the string. It will convert to the text hexadecimal format. Okay, I want to type bin sh, and one thing you need to notice is first count the number of characters this string takes. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this bin sh takes 7 characters, but in the stack the maximum value is 4 bytes, right? these are 7 bytes. So what we want to do is we want to put another slash just to make sure that we will send two paths of these 4 bytes. We will send slash slash bi once, and then remaining part, sorry, and remaining part onto the next time. So we are going to push this value onto the stack, and the top of the stack will be pointed by ESP. So that ESP value can be stored in the EBX. So EBX register contains the pointer to this string. Now let me convert to this. Okay, this is the hexadecimal format. Now let me copy here as a comment. Okay, now we need to push this value in the rectilinear byte order. That means we need to write, you need to push from right side to the left side. Okay, the starting byte will be the 68, and the next byte will be the 73, and the next byte will be the 2f, and the next one will be 6c. So the maximum push operation pushes the 4 bytes maximum, because we are in the 32-bit architecture. Okay, now push 0x the remaining bytes 69, and then 62, and then 2f 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 2f. Okay guys, now the top of the stack points to our ESP, right? Now we can simply move EBX comma ESP. Now one thing you need to notice is we need to also enter the string terminator, right? We need to put the slash 0 as we discussed above. If I put the slash 0, okay, you can also push whole value, but it may give some string alignment problems, stack alignment problems. That's why what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another register X. I'm going to clear the contents, say ESI. Now XOR ESI tells that the ESI contains the 0. Now I'm going to push that ESI register. So what we have done is we have cleared the register and we have pushed the contents of that register onto the stack. So whenever EBX, the system call, is executing, it will takes the ESP value, which is this one bin sh, and then this push ESI will put the null bytes onto the stack, that is string terminator. So this string will get terminated here. So I hope you have understood. I will write the comments for more understanding. So this is like string, and it also contains the string terminator slash 0. Alright, now we have successfully passed the 2 arguments. We need to pass third and fourth argument, which can be null or zeros. Now if we say move ECX comma 0, it will result in the null bytes. So what we want to do is we want to say move ECX comma ESI. So we obviously know that ESI contains 0, and that 0 contents will be moved into ECX. And the move EDX comma ESI, and then finally I want to call the interrupt handler. I think I have written everything right, guys. Now let's save this file. Let's assemble with NASM. Sorry. Now let's link that object file using LD. So now on execution of execv binary, we get a shell because we are executing the bin sh. So there you go guys, we have successfully got the shell from the execv system call.